Check out this quality piece of hardware made by Nokia in 2008. This came out 1 year after the first version of the iPhone. And this is a quality phone. Look at the back of this. I mean, this thing looks brand new. The attention to detail in these old phones, look at this, opens up with a keypad on it. It's got nice clicky buttons and was beautifully designed and made. People are finally coming around to the understanding that our smartphones are just too much for us. They take our time, our energy away from us. They take us out of the moments that we cherish, and we long to go back to devices like this. But is it even practical to do so? There is a massive problem that nobody's talking about. That is the problem of security on Detox devices. Let's start with the bad news first. The bad news is that the SS7 network, which drives all of the backend communications to and from our cellular devices, is highly susceptible to attack. You can easily find video after video of people exploiting the SS7 network. That stands for Signaling System 7. In this video, a gentleman demonstrates using SS7 tools, hack tools, to sniff traffic, to sniff SMS texts. This one tries to tell us what we need to do in order to become secure because of the Signaling System 7 issues and people being able to intercept phone and text communications. Here's another walkthrough from a pen tester. Here is somebody sniffing traffic in real time, his own phone in this demonstration here. And here is one demonstrating how a text message can be manipulated between two parties. Now this is 5 years ago, so this is the pre RCS secure chat, but still it's a demonstration. Now I bring up the RCS secure chat because therein lies one of the problems. We actually have two core main issues: secure voice and secure text. In today's world of two-factor authentication, we find ourselves very readily using SMS messages coming through Signal System 7 network to our devices containing the keys basically to access things like our banking accounts or any other online account. This device will never be able to cut it. And this device can barely cut it because not every business out there is on board with the hardware tokens. We need to be using apps that create the one-time token on the device instead of asking for it via a SMS message, thereby leveling up our security. So there's a few critical core apps that we need to have on our even dumb phone devices in order to make them secure. Why is this even important? If we end up going to a detox world, people buying up these flip phones, and let's walk through some of them in just a minute, but when people buy these devices, they are exposing themselves to the security vulnerabilities which are inherent on the SS7 network. We need to be using tools that encrypt communications, tools like Signal that have end-to-end encryption for voice and text messages, and we need to be using them on a regular basis. And RCS messaging has gotten better with Google, and I believe iPhone is now compatible with it with the iMessage system to be able to get and receive secure messages back and forth from even Android devices. Correction, Apple does not yet support RCS. So all of these messages are being exposed on the back end on SS7 between Android and iPhone. I believe that is going to be corrected very soon, but we're still waiting for that to happen. So let's actually take a look at some devices and talk about the inherent flaw with them. And let's jump right over here to Punkt. The Punkt MPO2 is probably the closest to a secure or more secure device being able to do Signal text messaging back and forth and Signal calling using Pigeon. So this is about the closest we can get as far as that goes. However, we have no way to put on this. We have no way to put on this device an authenticator app that would generate secure keys for us for accessing various accounts and things. Therefore, we still are going to need something that is going to be able to run iOS or Android apps in order to be able to do that on some sort of pocket device. So this is a problem. This is a fail. I wish that there was some way to get those codes, those one-time codes to get into banking and different things like that using devices like this, but unfortunately that just isn't the case. The light phone, we've got the light phone here, and we've got the light phone 3 coming out, which is fantastic. It's going to be a very welcome update to the light phone 2. However, again, we still have the problem of being able to get those one-time codes on this device securely. And there is currently not in the iPhone 3 the ability to do SM secure messages end-to-end encrypted between devices like Signal does. So this is going to be a problem. Now, they are talking about, from what I understand, a secure messaging app, but from what I understand, that is not developed yet. Let's jump in where it gets even worse. HMD Global, which creates a lot of these Nokia phones. A lot of these Nokia phones are great detox phones. Oh, look at this. See the detox phones. Perfect. Let's see the detox phones. And here we've got I believe that's the 2780 flip phone. I had one of these. I gave it away. But this is one of those devices, and hey, it works. But the problem again is there's no secure messaging. So it doesn't matter, one, that the build quality is not great on this device. This device is fantastic, but this device here and these devices here that are being made by HMD, not awesome. People will buy them and they're just not great. So let's jump over here. We've got this one looks very promising. This is a Nokia 110 4G, but again, all of those same problems. But you say, you know what, Dana? Here's the thing: Cat makes a flip phone that does have the capability of getting Signal installed and being able to do those one-time apps. Yes, it does. Here it is, Cat made by Caterpillar, a machine company. The problem is this device has not really gotten any updates since its release. It's stuck in an old version of Android. Therefore, it has all of the vulnerabilities that this was manufactured with on day one. So if you've got this device and you're using it, well, that's great. However, now you're also vulnerable to all of these other sorts of attacks that are out there that are going to just be readily installing themselves on your Android flip phone. So we've got Unihertz, and this again, a great little concept, but the problem is again that it's not getting any OS updates. We've got the AGM again, no updates, and it does not have the ability to do any hardware tokens that are like calculated on the device to give you those one-time pins, and it doesn't have like Signal or anything like that. And it continues to just use all of the flaws that are readily available in SS7. So is there anything out there that you can use securely as your digital detox device? If there is, I would love to hear it. Please let me know. Don't come to me with Android devices that haven't been patched. But if you've got a device that you're using that is getting updates that you are able to secure message on and able to use with some basic apps like the Aegis app or that's AEGIS that does one-time PIN codes like an authenticator app. If you have access to any of those things, then let me know. And if it's getting regular updates, I want to hear about it, because I have been unable to find anything that solves this problem. So what happens now? I would love for an organization like the Calyx Institute to support some device in a simple, meaningful way to give us a simple OS. Or Graphene to support a device like the Cat S22 that would allow us to have security on the device, or the Jelly 2 by Unihertz. Is that realistic? No, I don't think it is. I think the only way that we're going to get to a place where we can digitally detox is with the help of some of the manufacturers. And honestly, there just isn't an incentive for them to do that. What incentivizes Google to make a device where they're going to have less apps installed, less people paying for apps, and them getting some of those fees back to their company? What incentivizes Apple to do the same thing? But really, that's what we need. We need Google. We need Apple. We need Samsung. We need some manufacturer to get on board with this, create a quality device that we can use that has the ability to get some very simple applications. And most importantly, that will get the updates. And Samsung, Apple, and Google have been the companies that have best confronted vulnerabilities and gotten updates out onto their devices. Google and Apple tend to be the fastest to make that happen, but Samsung, from what I understand, is good at that as well. Build us a device. The people want a device, a detox device that will have some basic elements of security and help us realize our relationships with people are more important than these devices that we stick in our pockets. We want to be in the moment, enjoying life, instead of getting sucked down into the endless scroll from a piece of technology that was supposed to make our lives easier and more simple.